Hey there, Kodandi here. Long time no video. I've been incredibly busy, and I am back. I'm back. We had a nice long vacation trip in Tiruvannamalai where it was like a spiritual retreat for the people that are, here as Adinavasis. And we got to spend time with Swamiji. We toured around a little bit, and we did a lot of spiritual work. And a lot of stuff came up for me. I really like had a breakthrough, I guess. And the thing about PTSD and trauma and anyone that's working on themselves is that you have a whole lifetime of stuff to deal with, that it's just been building up for however long. If you're dealing with trauma, with mental illness, with depression, anxiety, any of this, that however many years old you are, 36 years old I am now, and I have to like dig out and really just dig out, and there's so much stuff. And so recovery from PTSD, recovery from mental illness, recovery from trauma, depression, anxiety, whatever, is really just, it's a bumpy road. It's a bumpy road because you get so far along. You clear out one level, you clear out one section, and then a whole new level, a whole new section, something new comes up. And that's what had happened to me. And while I was in Tiruvannamalai and we were doing our spiritual work, I had to admit to myself that I was still having a lot of trouble with depression. And even though I was here at the Adinam, even though, I'm, with Swamiji, even though I'm here in this spiritual place doing yoga, manifesting the Shaktis, doing, these initiations and processes and all this stuff, in spite of all of that, I was still dealing with depression. And I really had to just admit to myself, I was trying to pretend that wasn't the issue. I was trying to pretend there was some other issue. And the depression was for a really stupid reason. And once I admitted to myself that was the problem, and I figured out why, it was like, this is so stupid. Why am I depressed about this? I was depressed because I sold my dead boyfriend's car back in November before I came here. And I had been thinking about selling it on and off for like months. And I didn't, because I've been thinking about selling it since like, I don't know, March or April, and it's now January. So I'd been thinking about selling it, but each time I thought about selling it, I would get so upset. And I thought, I am going to hate myself if I sell his car. And so finally it got to the point where it's like, if I'm going to be in India for 6 months, if I'm going to be giving up the place I'm living, I need to just sell the car, because it's not worth it to put it in storage. I'm not going to like loan it to my roommate again. It needs a lot of work. He's not going to take care of it. I need the money. I'm just going to sell the car. It was a 2008 Scion XB, one of those really nice vans. I loved it. David loved it. And driving it just meant so much to me, really. I mean, even now, it's still a little emotional thinking about it. But I sold the car to a guy named Pablo, who bought it for his wife. And it was just, it was a very positive experience for me. Just being able to sell it, knowing it's going to someone who's going to take care of it. Knowing that I don't have to worry about it while I'm in India, and knowing that I'll be able to get another car. And in fact, I would really like to get a small pickup truck, because I really enjoyed, the space in the back of the Scion for hauling things, where you could just flip down the back seat, and, I was fitting like a half sheet of plywood in the back there. It was so nice. Those cars are so nice. But, I think I'm probably going to need a small pickup truck, because sometimes I needed more space to haul things. So, yeah, so just, feeling really good about it, feeling really relieved. And then, I don't know, somewhere still inside of me, I was just depressed and hating myself for having sold the car. And for, like, I mean, it's still very emotional because David loved that car so much. He had wanted a Scion for so long, and I really treasured that car, and it was it was like a part of him. But he's gone now, and I have to give up the car too. Like, I had to give up a lot of other things, and I'm letting myself cry now because I was really holding it in. I was trying to just tell myself it was okay, and I just didn't accept the fact that I was really emotional about this car. And so, with the help of one of the third eye processes that we have, I was able to really release this. And this is a third eye process that I can do with all of you on two-way video conferencing as well, if that is something you're interested in. If there's something in your life that you're having trouble releasing, I can do this third eye process with you online on two-way video conferencing. So please get in touch. I'm sorry, there's a tractor coming by. Always exciting. They're hauling one of the chariots here. This is great. I love this place. But yeah, I had to just admit to myself that I was upset about this car. And the chariot is going by with the noisy tractor. Ah! So I finally admitted to myself that I was depressed because of selling this car. That when I decided that I would hate myself for selling the car, I actually did hate myself for selling the car. And using the third eye, working with one of my friends, she used a third eye process on me to help me release and drop that idea. And I can do this for you on two-way video conferencing. If there is something that you are having trouble dropping or releasing, and you are ready to drop it and release it, I can work with you to help you do that. This is a third eye process that I am also able to do. And I just felt such a relief after going through this third eye process. I was just such a relief, and I felt the depression lift. I just felt the depression lift, and I can accept my emotions, Like, I can accept these waves of sadness that come. I can let myself cry, and I can, I can have my grief and not, like, have this pent-up depression and not have this pent-up self-hatred about it. So, okay. If you are interested in learning about these third eye processes, of these third eye powers, about healing, about overcoming mental health issues, information about the programs here, information about whatever other related things is in the description. Make sure to click the show more or read more, because there's a long thing. If you want to support me, connect with me on the other social medias, please look in the description, click the show more, leave your comments, send your messages, don't be a stranger. Okay everyone, Nityanandam.